in these times, we had no TV, no entertainment, but the circus had come to town. My father took myself and our neighbor Ralphie because my mother thought it was much too hot to go out to the circus, and she was right. We got to Barber Street, and it was so crowded. I couldn't believe all the people. I'd never seen so many people. Well, Mother had left strict instructions. There was absolutely no sideshow, absolutely nothing to eat, and we were to come directly home. So my father took our hands, and we went in to the big top. And it was a big top. Not only 3 rings, but 2 stages. And I could hardly see what was going on in the 3rd ring. But I had the 1st ring right in front of me. We were in Section C, row 9, seats 10, 11, and 12. And the greatest show on earth began. It began with an animal act that I could see right in front of me, these enormous cats. So much bigger than my kitten. How brave this woman was. And there was a lot of noise, and I looked to my left, and I saw orange. My dad was beside me. I said, "Dad, there's fire over there." And he said, "No, it's just the clowns who had just come out, and one had just thrown confetti at the other one, yelling fire." And then the noise started. The chairs went flying. We were sitting on chairs, and above us were bleachers. And everyone started yelling fire and started running towards the only exit that was available way past that last ring. Dad was a lot smarter than most people. He grabbed us, took Ralphie in one hand and myself in the other, and he put his hand over our mouths and pulled us towards him as this wall of heat hit us, and people dropped all around. The aisles were jammed. People were pushing each other, shoving, anything to get out of this small, small opening. There was a man swinging a chair to get people in front of him out of the way. We didn't go to the aisle. We went directly over the iron bar, where we fell for the first time. Now, all the ladies in their beautiful summer dresses, and there I was in my brand new pinafore my mother had made me with a little thing here and straps down my back. And my father was in a heavy army uniform. It was the uniform of the day. And he had a walking cast on his right leg, on his right arm and his left leg, which were heavy leather and laced up. But he picked us up and he started to run to that distant spot. I think if you were ever to hear it, you would know what maybe the end of the world sounds like, because there was not the screaming and people calling each other's names and grabbing each other. There was this incredible roar that rolled over you and consumed you. And we were running along, and all the smells of the circus faded away, and instead there was this sweet, strange smell and hair burning, which smelled even different. Well, we fell for the second time, and I didn't think we could get any further, but Dad got us up. He put me on his shoulder for a little bit, and we kept going, and we're past the second ring now, and we're doing broken field runs. We're going around people who are laying there and you know they're never going to get up. We fell for the third time, right by the third ring, but you could see the triangle that you had to go through to get out. And we scampered up, and my father grabbed me by the back and pulled me up, and I didn't think my legs were going to work. It was so hot, and they were so heavy. And we made it out the door somehow, and right behind us was this enormous whoosh as the tent fell. We were going across, heading towards the car, and this man in a blue shirt asked my father if he could help. And my father gave me to him, and he held on to Ralphie. And it shouldn't have been that way. But we got to the car, and I was laying on my stomach in the back seat because everything hurt so much. And my father kept telling me to be a brave soldier. And he was praying in Latin, which in our family means something very serious is happening. The next time I woke up, my mother and father were at the foot of a bed, and I was in an Army Air Force hospital at Bradley Field. I had a room to myself, and I was soaked in crude penicillin broth, which was another horrible smell. So the months went by, and I got better, and the seasons passed. And in the spring, my mother made me a beautiful blue soup because we were going to the circus. We were going down to New York, and we were going to see Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey in Madison Square Garden. So the jacket fit over my bandages, and I kept thinking he really should give us a free ticket. But we went up the stairs and we sat down and the chairs didn't move. So I took that as a very good sign. I'm sure they had the clowns, and I'm sure they had the big cats and the flying Wallendas, but I don't remember any of it. Dad and I remembered where all the exits were. Thanks, Dad.